everyone, and welcome back to another video. Sorry for all the light glare, but it's a dreary day in North Texas, so I need lots of lights on so we can both see. Today we're going to be making a winter themed birthday card, and so I've got lots of stuff out here. This is a lot of my new stuff. Actually, everything's new. This I have had for a while. Art Impressions sent me this stamp set, and I did not have a chance to make a Christmas card with it, but I want to take this cute little penguin right here and feature him in a winter birthday card. But the first thing I want to do, and so okay, let's go through everything that I've got here. Excuse me. I've got the Birthday Wishes circle die. I've got these Marie and Leah snowflake dies. I've got the snowflake stencil. For other dies, I have the A7 thin frames, and I have the Pink Fresh Studios ornate banner and ornate oval frame. Don't know which one of these I'm going to use, but I just have all this stuff out here, and I'm just going to see how it goes as I start putting things together. But the first thing that we're going to do is the Birthday Word Mix 1, and we are just going to stamp all of these and die cut them, and I'm going to put them in this little container, and then I will decide what to use later. So let me get set up for this, and I'll be right back. Okay, I got the stamps positioned in my stamp platform. I'm just going to kind of rub them down a little bit with my hand since they're brand new, just to help get them seasoned. And since I'm doing both at the same time and there's some solid areas, I definitely do want to use my stamp platform for this, or your Misty tool, whatever you have. Okay, I'm going to stamp in soft navy. So just get this a good ink up.
Okay, so I decided I needed to speed up this video and do a voiceover, or we were going to be here all day long. So I did have to stamp this numerous times because there's so many little pieces, and to both of the stamp sets and solid areas and things like that. So I did have to stamp it several times, and I actually shifted my paper one time and I had to turn it over and start over again. So if that happens, remember you can just always flip your paper over and start over again. So got it all stamped finally, and now I'm just lining up the dies. And to be honest, it did take a little bit to get it, where everything looked pretty good through the dies. And you could always take a blank piece of paper, cut it out, and kind of use that as a template, to help line up, your dies over your stamped images too. So that's always a thing you can do as well. So now that got that one side done, now I'm just going to do the other side and run that through my Gemini machine and put those in my little container, and I'll have a whole bunch of little birthday type sentiments to use in many projects to come. Of course, those projects have to coordinate with the blue, but hey, that's okay. So there I had in my hand all the colors I'm going to use for these little penguins, and I stamped out 4 on this scrap piece of 80-pound Neenah Solar White, and I colored the penguins in a couple of different ways. I started lightest darkest on one, and then I went, actually I just mapped out some shadows with the light. I went darkest to lightest, and then I did one lightest to darkest, and then I had some teals picked out for using on the hat and scarf, and some pinks picked out to do on the hat and scarf, and I kind of just alternate them through the 4 different ones. And then I took a black culprit multi-liner and a jelly roll pen and did some designs on the hats and scarves just to make them all look a little bit different and unique from each other, since they're all the same stamp, But I thought they all look like, yay, we're having fun, it's birthday, hooray, all that good fun stuff. But anyway, so I will get these all colored up, and then I will run them through my brother's scan and cut them all out, and I will have 4 little penguins. So yeah, I don't always get, die sets. Well, for stamp sets, I don't normally get dies at all. Excuse me. That Ready Word thing was kind of a special occasion. I just usually get the stamp sets, and then I run everything through my brother Scan and Cut. Just the one thing you have to remember when you're running things through your brother Scan and Cut is to make sure that your black outlines, that all the black lines actually connect, because that's what the brother Scan and Cut reads. And if they don't connect, then it can cut something off. So 2 of my little penguins, the 2 bottom ones, their pom-pom got a little cut off, but I just went ahead and cut it all the way off, and that just made them a little different too. So I was all right with that. I think it was fine. So I was rushing, and this wasn't my best coloring job, because this birthday card is for my sister, and I was needing to get it in the mail. And so I was rushing quite a bit. And there was so many different techniques that I wanted to use on this card that I was just trying to get through all of them. I mean, you saw my pile of products that I was going to use in the beginning, but I just had this vision in my mind of what I wanted it to be, and I tried to go a little extra special on close family member cards and things. So and there was a couple of things that didn't get filmed because I was doing so much that my battery died, because it did take probably a couple hours to do this card. So my battery did die during that, and I didn't realize when it did. So the stenciling I did not get on video, but I just took my Make Art Station little gadget for stencils. I love it. You don't have to worry about taping stuff down and yada yada yada. Just use the little magnets. And one of my makeup brushes out of my makeup brush set that I got off of Amazon, that's like all those blender brushes, and some Lakeshore ink from Simon, which matched that sea glass cardstock really good. I know there's probably sea glass ink too, but I didn't have that. But the Lakeshore ink matches it really nicely too. Also matches the teal that I put in the little penguins hats too. So that was good. So I'll show you in a minute what I did with that stenciled piece. Right now I'm just cutting down the sea glass to go onto my card base, which is Neenah 110 pound solar white. And I'm going to take these A7 dies from Simon. And at first, because I wanted to inlay a shiny border, and I had this Simon glitter stock, which I love, but it just wasn't quite big enough for the die. I tried to run it through, but it didn't work. So I ended up going with some of the Tim Holtz metallic craft cardstock, which I love all those colors that stuff comes in. And that stuff is so thick and so sturdy. It is great. Die cuts like a dream. It's awesome. Here it is. You can see that. And so it gives good shine too. I was kind of bummed that I messed up my piece of silver glitter Simon cardstock. That, like I said, that stuff cuts good and it doesn't flake glitter off. Okay, so I cut out of 80 pound Neenah Solar White that ornate banner from Pink Fresh, and that's what I stenciled the snowflakes on. So I did use that silver glitter to cut out the snowflakes and the birthday thing. Now I know I didn't cut, it wasn't big enough to cut out the whole circle, so I am going to just do a little operating on this. And since it didn't cut out the whole circle, it was a little fiddly and delicate. I think if you had the whole entire circle on there, it would make it a little less delicate, a little more sturdy, but it was okay. I mean, I fiddled with it for a few minutes, but I got it out and it all turned out just fine. And one of those snowflakes, I didn't quite have enough of the glitter paper left, and So a couple of the little arms of the snowflake didn't die cut out, but I'm just going to put that on the edge of the card, cut it off. No, won't never know. So now I'm going to glue this down with this Cosmic Shimmer glue. I really like this glue. It has a nice thin tip on it, and it doesn't ever clog. I mean, it's been a while since I had crafted much, and so it had sat there and it didn't clog. So I really like that glue. My other favorite glue is the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. That one doesn't clog either, but it doesn't quite have as small as tip as that bottle of the Cosmic Shimmer glue. So that's why I got a really big bottle. So I really like that. And then I just use my Zig 2-way glue pen because that has like a ballpoint pen end. And so you can just put some really small dots of glue around in a fine area to glue that little piece on. There's my stenciled piece. And now I'm going to take a slopes and hills die, and I'm going to cut a snow bank or snow hills, and then I'll run it through with that banner die again to get the same shape as that bottom, and you'll see that here in a minute. Right now I'm just going over all the snowflakes with the Spectrum Noir clear sparkle overlay pen. I like this and the Nuvo pretty interchangeably. I think they have, pretty close to the same, shade of glitter and in it, or sparkle in it. And then the Wink Stella is just a slightly different shade of clear sparkle stuff. So here is where I'm going to just cut off the rest of what was left of that circle on that birthday greeting, and I'm going to glue it right underneath that banner. And so there I've got the snowbank on there, and I'm going to pop up with some foam tape a couple of the penguins, and then I'm going to get out one of the sentiments that I just put in my little container there, and I will use one of those Dries really thin foam strips. I love these. These are awesome for little things. And I'm going to pop up that little sentiment too. I can't remember what it says. I think it's celebrating or whatever. But anyway, so that's it for the outside of the card. Now for the inside of the card, I'm using this big birthday wishes stamp set from Simon. And I'm going to just ink up one of the biggest sentiments in there with that Lakeshore ink again. And I stamped it off once because it was a new stamp, and I want to make sure that I got a good, impression. So I really mashed it good and let it sit there and let the ink really transfer from the stamp to the paper, since I didn't use, a positioner or anything. Probably would have been smarter to use a positioner, but I didn't. I just winged it because I was trying to get this thing done. So added another penguin to the inside. Here's that one that's slightly cut off. So I'm going to adhere it to that corner, and then just cut off anything else that overhangs, as I'll fiddle and get that in position, and keep adding the other snowflakes that I die cut. And then I will add one more little sentiment from my little container there to the inside. I think I decided to do that after I thought I was done, and then I decided to go back and add that. So now for the back of the card, I'm just going to put my stamp of made by me, and then I will put the one last penguin at the top, and that will do it. You'll see in these final pictures where I added that one other thing to the inside, and that is my card for the day. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like it, thumbs up, share, all that good stuff, and we will see you soon in the next video. Bye.